Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michael Carbone. I'm a business and immigration attorney in Staten Island, New York. Today, I want to talk about some tips for preparing a successful fiancé visa application, specifically the I-129F. And we're going to go over some essential documentation and best practices. Now, before I dive into this topic, if you have any questions or you want to start a conversation, please drop a comment below. Otherwise, if you want to set up a formal legal consultation with me, visit us at carboneattorneys.com. We have a button in the top right corner of our website. Click it, fill it out, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So first up, when you're looking to prepare a successful I-129F application, you want to make sure that you are including the required evidences that are necessary for this type of case. The first piece of evidence is proving that the petitioner is a US citizen. So this can be proved by a birth certificate, naturalization certificate, or a copy of the petitioner's passport. Next up, you want to provide both parties' intent to marry. So this can be accomplished by using affidavits for both the petitioner and beneficiary. You can include affidavits from friends and family that cover the relationship, or you can use other conversations between you and your fiance that cover your marriage plans. Next, you want to make sure you include evidence that shows that the fiancés have met each other in person within the last 2 years prior to applying. So this can be proven by certainly photos, that's a big one, but also including any tickets, receipts, entry, admission tickets for events you attended together, anything that shows that you were both together at the same time. Again, flight itineraries, proof that you purchased tickets, flight confirmations, anything like that, as well as affidavits from friends and family that have met you in person, but make sure you include photos of those friends or family members of all of you together to further prove that you met in person. Next, you want to provide proof that you are both legally free to marry. So if either party has been previously married, you want to make sure that you provide divorce records of that prior marriage or a death certificate if the prior spouse is deceased. And lastly, you want to include passport photos of the petitioner and beneficiary. Now that we have the required evidences out of the way, let's talk about some best practices to put your best foot forward and hope for a successful application. First up is a detailed cover letter. So you do want to lay out in detail that you are applying for the K-1 visa and that you are attaching, said evidences that prove that you are entitled to that visa. Next, you want to organize your evidences into separate exhibits, and this can be accomplished by just creating an exhibit page in Microsoft Word. Label it Exhibit A, and make sure each group of evidences is cataloged in that exhibit. So you might put the petitioner's birth certificate in Exhibit A, and maybe Exhibit B is proof of your intent to marry. Exhibit C can be proof that you've met in person, and so on. Next, you want to make sure that any photos that you include with your petition packet are clearly labeled. Include who is in the photo, their relationship to the petitioner and beneficiary, where the photo was taken, and when the photo was taken. And if there's any other evidence that's not particularly clear from the document itself, you want to provide a description of that so that the officer reviewing the case has a great understanding of what they're looking at. Next, you want to make sure that if anything is included that is not in English, it must be translated. So you do want to include translated versions of any document that is not already written in English. That includes birth certificates, affidavits, anything that's not in English, it must have a certified translation attached to that. And lastly, when it comes to providing affidavits from friends and family, the best practice is to get those affidavits notarized. That will strengthen the affidavits, and it is better to have a notarized document than just a document that is typed up or signed by a friend or family member. Those are easily forged or easily created by the parties, and so you want to get that third party notary to notarize that document and provide some more validity to those affidavits. So that's it. That's the video for today. If you want to ensure a successful petition, make sure you include those required evidences and follow these best practices to put your best foot forward and hopefully get that approval on the I-129F. If you like this video and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and I'll keep making them.